What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. And today we have 10 Marvel and DC characters that deserve their own movie, and coming in at number 10 we have Huntress. She may not be as popular as other Batman characters like Batgirl, Batwoman, or Catwoman, but she is still a very interesting superhero. Huntress made her live-action debut in Arrow and has appeared in a few episodes of Justice League Unlimited. Helena was born into one of Gotham City's most prominent mafia families. In the 1989 Huntress series, she was kidnapped when she was only 6 years old and was raped by a rival mafia. Her parents sent her to a boarding school and assigned her a bodyguard. She learns all forms of combat and becomes a highly skilled gymnast. At the age of 19, she witnesses the murder of her parents, which is what causes her to go on a mission to put an end to the mafia. She doesn't really have the greatest relationship with Batman because sometimes she takes things a little too far. Number 9, Static. Many people fell in love with this character after watching the Static Shock TV show that aired on the Warner Bros. Television network during the early 2000s. Static is an African-American teen who was a key character of the Milestone comics. Virgil was only 15 years old when he was dosed with an experimental chemical in a gang war he was caught up in. He gains a variety of electromagnetic powers and does whatever it takes to fight against crime. For the most part, he is just a normal teenager who is often overwhelmed by the responsibilities he has to have as a superhero. Static ends up joining the Teen Titans and becomes a very important member. If DC doesn't give him his own movie, then they should at least allow him to make an appearance in the DCEU. Number 8, Ghost Rider. He has already appeared in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and many people want him to have his own Netflix series, but it would be really awesome to see him on the big screen. There was already a Ghost Rider movie in 2007, but many fans and critics did not like it at all. Marvel should consider giving this character one more chance because there is so much they can do with this character. The first supernatural Ghost Rider is stunt motorcyclist Johnny Blaze, who in order to save the life of his father, agreed to give his soul to Mephisto. At night and when around evil, Blaze finds his flesh consumed by hellfire, causing his head to become a flaming skull. Robbie Reyes made his debut in 2013, and he is the newest character to take the mantle of Ghost Rider. Instead of driving a motorcycle, he drives a black classic 1969 Dodge Charger. Number 7, Black Widow. In 2010, she made her debut in the MCU, and ever since then, many fans have been patiently waiting for a Black Widow movie. Obviously, the reason why Marvel still hasn't given her a solo film is because they think that it will not earn enough money since her name isn't as big as Captain America or Spider-Man. Fans saw a glimpse of her backstory in Avengers Age of Ultron, but there's still so much more we have to learn about this character. If Marvel decides to make a Black Widow movie, then they should definitely explain how and why she became a Soviet spy. Also, it should show her turning to the good side by joining S.H.I.E.L.D. and working for the Avengers. Kevin Feige, president of Marvel Studios, confirmed that Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow will indeed star in her own movie somewhere down the line. Number 6, The Question. Now, many people know who this character is, but the fans who watched the Justice League animated show really grew to love him. He started out just as a background character in Blue Beetle comics, and in 1987, DC gave him his solo comic book series. Vic Sage is a highly outspoken and aggressive journalist. His former professor approached him and told him about an artificial skin he had co-developed with Dr. Twain. Vic decides to use the mask so he can disguise himself and become a superhero detective. Renee Montoya, who worked for the Gotham City Police Department, takes the mantle of the Question in 2007. Both of these characters are very interesting and they definitely deserve their own movie. Number 5, Blade. Just like Ghost Rider, Blade was given a solo movie in 1998, but it received a lot of criticism from fans and critics. He deserves another chance because this could be the first movie in the MCU to feature supernatural elements like vampires. Eric Brooks, also known as Blade, was born into a whorehouse and his mother was a prostitute. Not only did his mother experience severe labor complications, but a vampire also feasted on her during Eric's death, which is what caused her to die. The vampire passed along certain enzymes in his blood into the infant. This is why Eric has many abilities, including a greatly prolonged lifespan and the power to sense supernatural creatures, as well as being immune to becoming a vampire. In case you didn't already know, Blade became a vampire hunter to avenge his mother's death. Number 4, Blue Beetle. Just because many people are not really familiar with the superhero does not mean that he should not have his own movie. If you're more interested in comics, then you've probably heard about Ted Kord. But if you prefer watching the animated shows, then you've probably seen Jamie Reyes in Young Justice. Both of these characters are very important and they have done an amazing job as Blue Beetle. Ted Kord is a genius-level inventor and a gifted athlete. Sadly, Ted had a very tragic death in the 80-page special Countdown to Infinite Crisis. The third person to take the mantle of Blue Beetle is Jamie Reyes, and he is a teenager who lives in Texas with his parents and little sister. He finds the Scarab, which is a piece of advanced alien technology, in a vacant lot and infuses with him while he sleeps. DC needs to make Blue Beetle a movie as soon as possible because they can easily come up with a very interesting plot. Number 3, Martian Manhunter. He was such an important character in the Justice League animated show and is one of the 7 original members, so it's very hard to believe that he will not be playing a major role in the DCEU. Martian Manhunter also appeared in a few other TV shows like Smallville and Supergirl. The reason why he deserves his own movie is because there is so much DC can do with this character. If DC decides to make a Martian Manhunter movie, then they should show what his life looked like in Mars and explain why he came to Earth. In case you didn't know, he's actually considered the last survivor of the Martian race. Also, Martian Manhunter's wide range of skills and abilities makes him just as strong as the Man of Steel. Number 2, Moon Knight. People have been begging for a Moon Knight Netflix series for a very long time, so it's a surprise that Marvel hasn't made one yet. Mark Spector has been a heavyweight boxer, a US Marine, and a mercenary. While working for an African mercenary, Bushman, in Egypt, the group stumbles upon an archaeological dig. Bushman ends up killing Dr. Alron, and in response to his murder, Spector challenges Bushman to a fight and is defeated by him and left to die in sub-zero temperatures. A group of Egyptians find Spector and carry him to their temple. His heart stops beating after they put his body right in front of the statue of Khonshu. Spector crosses paths with Khonshu and he offers him a second chance at life if he becomes the god's avatar on Earth. Spector agrees and decides to fight crime and becomes the Moon Knight. Number 1, Nightwing. There is no way anyone can deny the fact that this superhero deserves his own movie. Dick Grayson is a circus acrobat with his parents and they are known as the Flying Graysons. One day, Grayson overhears 2 gangsters attempting to extort protection money from their circus owner. The owner refuses to give them money, so the gangsters sabotage the trapeze wires with acid. During the next performance, the trapeze from which Dick's parents are swinging snaps, which is what causes them to fall to their deaths. Batman takes him in as a legal ward and teaches Dick everything he knows. Dick Grayson made his debut as Robin in 1940, which is only 1 year after Batman made his first appearance in Detective Comics. It would not make any sense if DC decides to not include him in a cinematic universe. He has been an important Batman character for such a long time, but now it's time for him to do his own thing. Also, if DC does not make a Nightwing movie, then they should really consider making a Teen Titans film. As always, thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed.